come host an olive-themed dinner party with me. I got started making my ravioli. I used some spinach blended with eggs for the olive color and then some cocoa powder with paprika for the pit color. I kneaded the dough and then let it rest while I made my ravioli filling with ricotta, Parmigiano Reggiano, and salt and pepper. I thinned out the pasta dough and then assembled the ravioli using an oval cookie cutter to get the olive shape, and then I attached the pits on with a little water. I set the table and then got started on my focaccia bread. I made the dough and then added some olive oil, covered it, let it rest, folded it over on itself and let it rest once again. I then added it to a sheet pan with lots of olive oil and let it rest one more time while I got some rosemary from my garden bed. I added in the dimples, oiled the rosemary, and added that on with some olives. Then topped it off with some more olive oil and flaky salt and baked that in the oven. I then made some crispy shallots and garlic for a olive marinade. I added in a bunch of yummy ingredients and let the olives sit in that to soak up all the good flavors. I made some skewers with some pickled peppers, some soppressata, and olives. I then stuffed some olives with white cheddar and breaded them and fried them for some fried stuffed olives. I whipped up the ricotta, added on the marinated olives, and drizzled it with a little honey. I then started working on my white bean and olive salad, adding in some seasoning and then some tomatoes, olives, parsley, pecorino, Parmigiano Reggiano, and some lemon juice. And then I added one more variation of olives to snack on with a little lemon zest and olive oil. And here is the final product for the apps and the olive ravioli. They turned out so cute. I then made some dirty martinis and of course had to top them with more olives. And then it was time to get the mains ready. I gave the chicken thighs a good sear, added onions, tomatoes, olives, some white wine and chicken broth, and let that cook. While I cooked the ravioli, I tossed it in some brown butter. And here are all of our mains. And then earlier in the day, I got started making the matcha cookie dough, mixing that all together. I refrigerated it and then rolled it out and used my oval cookie cutter for the olive shape and the back of a teaspoon to create a well for the jam. I baked those in the oven while I got some lemons from my lemon tree to make the lemon olive oil cake. I added all the wet ingredients together, then mixed in the dry and the milk and cooked that in the oven. I dusted it with powdered sugar, and here is the final product.